welcome back to the Meatgrinders show. We got episode 4 of Hood Boogie News. Read the disclaimer. I have somebody read it for you. Take us a few seconds to look over that. All right, believe you had no time. Let's get to the story. All right, welcome back to the Meatgrinders show / Hood Boogie News. I'm your host, Rakeem. My co-host,
just sharing.
Now we got New York Mayor Eric Adams indicted on federal corruption charges. Why can't we black people ever get it right?
Just can't get right. Too much money, too much power, and too much freedom to do what we want to do.
But the thing is, they came out after him quicker than they did Tiffany Henry.
Well, they said they've been investigating him since November last year.
They've been investigating Tiffany Henry since last year.
Well, Tiffany not the mayor.
No, I think they've been investigating her since 2022, I think.
Well, Tiffany not
she's not the big fish.
Yeah, she's not the big fish. Oh, Eric's out there. He's the big fish.
Oh, bald eagle Eric Adams. Just can't get it together.
Now, this man used to be a cop. He knows better.
That's how he know how to do those corruption charges. He know how to commingle the funds.
I mean, everybody get caught sooner or later.
That's true.
And he's too busy trying to give all them illegal migrants all this money. And the city's running out of money, and he's grabbing money any way he can get it.
Let's get into the video and let them talk about it.
CBS News New York, but it remains sealed, so it's unclear what charges Adams will face. It does make him the first sitting mayor in New York City history to be indicted.
Tonight we have live pictures outside City Hall there on the left and Gracie Mansion on the right. Relatively quiet at the moment, but a different scene expected in the coming days in both venues when the mayor will have to enter a plea to the charges.
We have team coverage here for you tonight at 11. Political reporter Marcia Kramer has been working the story all night. Let's begin with Allie Bauman live outside Gracie Mansion tonight. Allie, what's the scene there?
Well, Christina Maurice, in a taped video message sent through his attorney tonight, Mayor Adams is maintaining his innocence, though he doesn't specify what exactly he's being charged with. Adams said that he's been fighting injustices throughout his life and vowed to fight what he calls these injustices with every ounce of his strength and spirit.
It is now my belief that the federal government intends to charge me with crimes. If so, these charges will be entirely false, based on lies.
In a video statement Wednesday night, Mayor Eric Adams says he will fight back against the federal criminal charges.
I always knew that if I stood my ground for all of you, that I would be a target. And a target I became.
Over the last few months, federal investigators have raided the homes and seized electronics from the mayor and many in his inner circle, including former NYPD Commissioner Edward Caban, who stepped down.
Before we go any further, we got this from CBS New York. Go to check their page out. Like, share, comment, subscribe on both of us.
Earlier this month.
So there's a traffic jam of investigations, subpoenas, searches, devices being seen. But this is the first thing we've seen that will actually result, we are told, in a charge being brought forth tomorrow.
Earlier Wednesday, Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez became the most prominent Democrat to call for the mayor to resign, posting on social media, the flood of resignations and vacancies are threatening government function.
I'll stop it right here. She's the last one to be speaking on anything. The reason I say this is because Amazon was building a facility in New York. And the new apartments was coming around. But guess who caused Amazon to leave? AOC.
Why is that?
Because she was complaining too much and Amazon decided not to build a facility in that area.
God knows the New York needed that facility.
And so all the new homes, nobody's buying them now.
Can't afford to buy them.
That's true. I mean, that was years ago. This is way before COVID.
Oh.
Yeah, they're building new homes, bringing new business to the area. To AOC open her little I ain't gonna say that. I'm
Thank
gonna bring
you.
it in. Her big old mouth, and ruin the Amazon left. Now let's play some more.
For the good of the city, he should resign. Adams shot back, penning in part for anyone who self-righteously claims people charged with serious crimes should not be in jail to now say that the second black mayor of New York should resign because of rumors and innuendo is the height of hypocrisy. Wednesday, the outgoing school's chancellor insisted his decision to retire in the middle of the academic year this December was made before federal agents raided his home, which the 62-year-old shares with fiancé.
Yeah, look at everybody resigning.
That's a lie. He knew what was coming.
Yeah, that's exactly why he resigned.
Because they started in November and he resigned in mid-December. He knew.
Yeah, he knew what was coming.
You know, when the ship starts sinking, the rats start running.
And it's alleged that Eric Adams is one of P. Diddy's friends.
And tell me one thing. Why is it that they always want to play the race card? I'm a black man. They after me because I'm black.
So you think since you black, you should be able to do whatever you want to do.
Now he feel like they got a target on his back because he's black.
Because you were doing wrong. That's why there's a target on your back. Let's get in some more.
First Deputy Mayor Sheena Wright and the home of his brother, Deputy Mayor for Public Safety Philip Banks.
David is my brother. And the Banks family are my family. I value Phil, who rose to the level of being the highest ranking person in charge of the police department, patrol force.
And tonight the mayor is getting ahead of what's becoming a growing list of calls for his resignation, saying in the statement that he can understand why New Yorkers would be concerned that he can't continue to do the job while facing these accusations, but saying, quote, New Yorkers elected me to lead this city, so, quote, lead it, I will. Live outside Gracie Mansion on the Upper East Side.
Yeah, he leading into
hell.
Yeah, leading into hell.
He ain't leading the city nowhere. He's tearing the city down, but not having enough.
You don't have enough police officers for all these migrants.
No, that ain't why they don't have enough. They don't have enough police officers because they're giving all the money to the migrants and they can't afford to pay the police officers. He's not strong enough to stand up and draw a line when it comes to those illegal migrants.
You know why I believe that is? Because he collecting backdoor deals.
He probably is. I mean, he giving away all this money they don't have, and he giving $4,000 per person per migrant to get them a house to stay in.
They ain't doing nothing for the American citizens.
Nothing. All those veterans are living on the street, can't get help, can't get their medicine, don't have a place to stay, not doing not one doggone thing. Now they're supposed to be a sanctuary city, so why they let the veterans sleep on the street?
That's
if they're a sanctuary city? And you can't say, I know they were, well, we can't afford. Yes, you can afford.
You can afford to give all this money away to the migrants. They getting houses, $4,000 per month per immigrant.
Food stamp, magic cards to go buy anything they want. And I guarantee you, if Americans, if it's the other way around, Venezuela had really booming, and Americans migrated to Venezuela, they wouldn't get nothing.
They ain't get no food stamp card. While the average American citizen can barely afford groceries, you giving out money anyway.
I know that's right. They're not doing anything to help the people here, but then they talking about. Remember when they were making a fuss about reparations?
Yeah.
We don't have that kind of money. Really?
Look like you do.
Look like you got that kind of money to me. Where are you coughing up this money from?
Who knows what kind of black budget they got? Black budget means secret funds for all the people who don't know.
Well, we know they got getting some because they giving everything away to the migrants.
Yeah.
Ali Bauman, CBS News, New York.
All right, Allie, thank you.
And we're joined now by political reporter Marcia Kramer. A whole lot to go through here, Marcia. The angry, defiant mayor tonight. We looked at him there requesting an immediate trial. That's a stunning thing to do. What's going on there?
I think that he absolutely believes that he did nothing wrong, and you heard in his statement that he's going to fight this with every ounce of his strength and his spirit, and I think that he intends to try to prove that he did nothing wrong. The real question is, what are the charges and who else may be involved, and what charged with as well?
You know, Maurice and I interviewed the mayor back in November during a live broadcast, and I asked him point blank if he felt he was being targeted. He gave a political correct answer, but tonight he alluded to something else in that video statement. He believes he is being targeted.
Well, he believes, according to that statement, he believes that he was targeted by the Justice Department after he publicly attacked the immigration policies of the Biden administration. And I think that you can understand that some New Yorkers may believe that what he says is true, because he did take a very strident stance against the president's immigration policies at a time when the president was running for re-election and really cared about that. And it was sort of interesting that the raid that was done on the home of his chief fundraiser, Breonna Suggs, was on the very morning that he was in Washington at the White House for a conference on immigration, and he had to turn around and come back. There's a nexus there.
He really feels he can beat this. Does that appear to be a real thing? I mean, like you said, an everyday person may look at this and say, look, he feels he fought immigration policies and now he's being persecuted. He really feels he has a case.
Well, here's the thing. Public corruption charges and cases are very difficult to prove. And even in cases where there's been convictions, like Joe Percoco, who was a top aide to Governor Cuomo, they are overturned. So he does feel he has a chance. And remember, if he fights it and he gets an immediate trial, I mean, I don't know how immediate it can be. Federal government takes a long time. But if he does, he might be able to even beat it, and he could conceivably.
He's not gonna be no charges. You might as well scratch that.
Well, they saying he have a chance.
No,
he may have a chance to get it overturned.
No. When the federal government come after you, there's no stones unturned.
Well, you heard what she said, that the last person that got charged with that had it overturned.
Was he black or white? That's the question you need to answer.
I don't know.
If he was black, if he was white, I can see him getting away with it. Well, black people, they watching us black people harder than the white people.
They say he was worked with Cuomo, Governor Cuomo. So I don't know if he was white or black or what.
Nah, I know he wasn't black. Allegedly.
Well, I think Eric Adams, he got caught up in this mess. He wasn't strong enough to take a stand. So he according to this the next guy they got to interview, it made it sound like, now I could be wrong, but we'll hear it when he started talking. But he said he was taking money from the Turkish government.
Oh, that ninja's going down. He's guilty.
Now they said they're not sure whether the Turkish government was trying to get something in return, but they were giving him money.
Yeah, they were trying to get something in return. Let's play some more.
Run for re-election. Hard to believe, but he could.
You've been covering politics in this city for
a long time.
A minute or two, Marcia. Historically speaking, have you ever seen anything like this happen so quickly? I mean, the former commissioner resigns 2 days after the acting commissioner is in office. His home is also raided. So many dominoes falling so quickly.
Well, remember that this probe actually began last November, so it's 10 months. So it's not as if it was just a minute. It just seems like it's very big because all of a sudden a whole bunch of things happened. They served more subpoenas this summer. They then sought subpoenas from the top aides. What it says is that they have developed
it sounds like a man.
as they started to branch out from this probe, and that's caused them to seek more information. And that's why they were seeking the phones and documents from people going forward.
Widening the net.
All right, to politics, so much going on here. What does your gut tell you? What's going to happen next?
Well, I think that's what's going to happen is two things. Number one, there's going to be a lot of an avalanche of calls for him to resign.
There are tonight.
And then we have to see whether he agrees. But then there's another thing that has to happen. The governor of the state of New York does have the ability to remove him from office. It remains to be seen whether she does or whether she lets him have his day in court. But there's going to be pressure on her as well to remove him from office. We have to wait to see what happens. Because remember this, he needs to fill out the rest of his government. A lot of people have resigned. How is he going to get people to take these jobs if he's under a cloud?
And how does the city continue to run under this kind of situation?
Well,
right?
he has an argument to that. He said,
city gonna keep running no matter what.
Since November, crime is down.
The city gonna
jobs
keep
are up,
running no matter
tourism is
what.
up. I got a record. That's his answer.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with that for now. To be continued for sure, Marcia. Thank you.
Marcia, thank you for that insight. Let's continue our coverage now with Hofstra University law professor James Sample. Professor, we don't know what these charges are just yet. The indictment remains sealed. But do you think that they must be pretty serious if you're going to charge a sitting mayor of New York City?
Christine, I do think that is likely the case, and I think that what we know about the Southern District of New York and federal prosecutors in general is that they are not likely to bring a case against a prominent figure unless they really feel that they've got the entire thing buttoned up very tightly. And we don't know. They're essentially, part of the complexity here is that there are 4 separate investigations. The 3 primary investigations and the 3 likely sources of the charges, or one of the 3, this seems like the most likely and the one that's being reported as, according to the insiders who seem to have sources on this, that this is tied to likely Mayor Adams acting as an unregistered foreign agent, and particularly vis-a-vis his relationship with members of the Turkish government.
There you go. He getting money from the Turkish government. And you know they offer him some kind of deal. They offer him something for them to get Turkish government money.
He's desperate for money.
That's true.
He's desperate for money, and he reaching out any place can. And the thing is, he talking about running for re-election. You have to be mad, stark, craving mad to vote this simp back into office who doesn't have enough backbone to stand up for his city. He laying off police, other city employees so they can have the money to give the migrants. Now, where did he do that at?
He must be a cousin of Tiffany Henry.
Tiffany Chicken Yard?
Yeah, Tiffany Chicken Yard.
This don't make any sense. I mean, why is it all these mayors seem to be just corrupt?
Mayors, commissioners.
What's going on?
They may always been corrupt. People that's now getting to them.
This is crazy. You used to be a police officer. You know all about that mess. Wasn't he more than just a police officer? Didn't he have a higher ranking or something?
I'm not for sure. I think that's his brother that had a higher ranking.
Oh, okay. So he know about corruption and all this stuff, and you gonna go and fall into the same ditch? Really?
I guess he thought he was too big.
The Turkish government on top of that.
I guess he figured he was too big to get to. I'm running New York City.
The Turkish government.
Of all people. I can see you. A government, another government closer, but you going all the way up to Turkish. Why you can get no money from Canada? Mexico.
Well, Mexico ain't got no money to give nobody. Mexico trying to get money. But no, he go over there. I mean, to Turkey?
I guess he thought nobody's eyes was on Turkey.
Oh Lord, where they oh.
I bet when he got caught, he was like Scooby-Doo. Row!
Who is advising these people?
The weed. Leave the weed alone. The weed and the Henny.
I mean, who is talking to these people? I mean,
let's get some more.
and Turkish nationals funneling campaign contributions to him in exchange for some official action. But as Marcia said, corruption charges are very, very difficult to prove. And even on appeal, as she said, where there have been some convictions, it is difficult to establish that the official act, the quid pro quo that was taken in response to even foreign donations, is one that can be categorized as corrupt as opposed to politics as usual. This will be an interesting matter for sure.
Professor, before we let you go, what are the mechanics of what happens next? The indictment is unsealed, then what happens to the mayor? Does he go to a courtroom? Does he face a judge? What happens?
The indictment is likely to be unsealed tomorrow. It appears that Mayor Adams will probably negotiate a surrender. That may be tomorrow. It may be early next week. If he's ultimately in a position where he has to resign, then Jumaane Williams, the public advocate, would take over, and Williams would have to call for a special election, which would be 80 days within the 80 days after Williams called for it.
And then there's another election that's already scheduled for next year. That would take place as well.
Correct.
Okay, exactly how many mayors we would have at the same time, it's almost unclear.
One step at a time.
Exactly.
One step at a time.
Professor, thank you so much. We appreciate it tonight.
Well, there you have it.
Well, we know that Jumaane is a black guy.
Yeah, we know that.
Jumaane.
Jumaane.
Yeah. All they can do is take one out and put another in.
Another one will be slick and underhanded Justice Eric Adams.
Well, Eric Adams is doing a bad job anyway. So it's not like they losing anything. New York's not going to suffer because he go belly up.
Because they let the next frog, he got a wrinkled raisin head.
But like he just said again, it's going to be hard for him to prove corruption charges. So he may have a chance.
I highly likely doubt it.
Well, don't count him out yet.
Yeah, he gone. he gone just like Diddy gone. Jay-Z is next.
Oh wow, got him already lined up, huh?
Yep, lined up.
Well, he might have a chance. I mean, he may know somebody higher up that's on his side.
Who knows? With those type of position, they always got somebody that's on the side that's helping them out.
Yeah, I mean, they scratch somebody else back and they scratch his back and
or either he was the fall guy.
A head got to roll.
Yep, a head got to roll.
Might as well be his bald head.
or almond colored head.
Now, I hate that for him, but that's why I said unless you're strong enough and you have the integrity to be in a position like this, then you don't need to be there because you're going to fall and you're going to crumble. It's going to be your downfall.
Well, I believe we carried on long enough, so there's not much more we can really say on this. Make sure you hit that like, share, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the almond head frog.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Whatever.
Until next time, people, we out.